introduce you.
Hey, how you guys doing? Right now you watching Casino Is the Name, and I wanted to come to you and talk to you about the reason why you should choose accounting. Above all other business degrees, in my opinion, accounting is by far the best. Let me tell you what happened with me. I started out as a general business administration major, right? Just general business admin, just a general business degree. I wasn't looking for any specific, niche or anything like that. So I was just trying to get a general business degree. It seemed to be the simplest way for me to get a bachelor's degree in accounting. I had been in the military. I didn't know much about college. I had been in the military like pretty much my entire adult life. I went in less than a year after high school, and I had been stationed in Germany for 3.5 years, working on fighter planes and all kind of stuff like that. So come back to the States. I work a little bit in my reserve unit doing healthcare management. I eventually finished my associate's degree in healthcare management, and while I'm in that process, I'm learning more about college and classes and school and stuff like that. So while I was in my general business class, I needed to take a macroeconomics class. That's just, just a class I had to take. So I had to take macro and was supposed to take microeconomics. And so I'm taking macroeconomics, and by far one of the greatest teachers of all time was my macroeconomics teacher at Butler Community College, right? So he had us all tell our story, where we came from, what we do, and because I had been in the military, I hadn't got like this travel kind of mentality. Like, I just love to travel, love to go see other countries. And since, even though I wasn't all with the military, I've been to like 11 countries, right? So just traveling, I just love to travel. I still got to get to Italy. Still, a lot of places I want to get to. I love seeing different cultures. So, talking to him, and he was like, yo, you're pretty good with these numbers. What you should think about is international accounting. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, you love to travel. You're good with these numbers. You should do international accounting. And I said, I don't really know what that is. What is international accounting, right? So what I did was I started doing research. And I found out so many things about international accounting, and that people will pay for you to fly to other countries to, to audit them and stuff like that. So I was like, dang, this is a great opportunity. Like, first of all, I get to be a businessman. Since I was a kid, when I was a kid, people didn't want to be rappers. Like, people didn't want to be, some people did want to be movie stars and musicians, but they didn't necessarily, that wasn't, it was either like, fireman, businessman, policeman, something like that. I always wanted to be a businessman. So this gave me that chance to also live my childhood dream as being a businessman, get to fly around in a well-suit and carry a briefcase, as well as I get to travel and see these other countries and these other nations, and it's all paid. Like, it's a free trip. So as I'm looking into international accounting, I find out that every publicly traded company is supposed to be audited by basically an accountant or an accounting firm from the country that it originated or something, right? So McDonald's, while I was in Germany, and because I had been traveling already, I did realize that there was so many opportunities out there. Every McDonald's needs to be audited separately, right? You can't have two McDonald's beside each other and just audit one. You have to audit them both, right? And so there were McDonald's in like every country that I had ever been to, but it was like multiple ones. Like most stateside, restaurants or something may be on a military base, because it's kind of like how they get into those other countries. But McDonald's is so large that it's pretty much just there all over, like in China, everywhere, like it's everywhere. And so they don't need any kind of support from any kind of United States government kind of facility. So they're just in all these countries. So I'm like, wow. So just looking at McDonald's, I realized the opportunities, because I was in a place in Germany in a small town, and there were like 3 McDonald's, like right, not many miles from each other. Two of them were right around the corner from each other. So I was like, well, all of those have to be audited by an accountant from the United States, from an accounting firm from the United States. So they have to fly them over to audit them and fly them back. Oh my God, my mind went crazy. It was so much opportunity that I saw that was untapped, that was just wide open, that I started like really, really looking into like the accounting major. And that's one of the ways that I eventually changed. And one of the reasons that I was always good with accounting is because my sister, 9 years older than me, she was a business major. She was summa cum laude and magna cum laude, and she got like 4 or 5 degrees. She's a lawyer now. She got a master's, bachelor's, some kind of other specialist thing or whatever like that I'm not even really sure what that is. So since I was a kid, and her being 9 years older than me, she's been teaching me accounting principles and business principles since I was a child. Now, I didn't know. I had no idea what, that these terms or what they were or anything like that. But she taught me. I didn't know that they were accounting terms or really business terms. She would just be teaching me. I'm a kid. I don't know. So she taught me the law of diminishing marginal utility when I was like 11 or 12. So when I got into accounting, I knew all of these. Oh, by the way, do you know what that is? The law of diminishing marginal utility. It's pretty much about oversaturation and stuff like that. Anyway, you should check it out if you don't know. It helps you kind of figure out your own personal work, kind of, to me. That's kind of how I use it. But anyway, all right, so the law of diminishing marginal utility, when I was like 11 or 12. And from there, when I started going through accounting classes and stuff, it was not a very difficult thing or transition for me as it was for other people. So I see a lot of people asking, is accounting hard? And they hear accounting is hard. It wasn't necessarily hard for me. But I guess I could understand if you maybe don't have that background, but just be open, just be open and be determined and actually sit down and talk to accountants. Don't just like see the class work and say, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And then just get with some other kids who don't really know because they're all in school. Like actually find some people who are experienced, who do financial statements. Find some people who can actually sit down with you and like, I have just gone to a CPA office that I'm riding and I see CPA, in this town. I'll pull in and say, hey, sir, I'm an accounting student. Can you teach me what this means? Because I can't get a hold of my teacher, or I can't, I'm just passing by and I just thought to myself, I do have this question. Could I just pop in and ask? And 100% of the time they were willing to help. Anyway, you have to just understand that this accounting profession can literally change your life. My neighbors across the street, 2 of them are accountants directly across the street. As a matter of fact, one of them is gonna come in and speak to you guys for me. We gotta set something up. He actually works private practice and kind of private, work for a law firm. But there's at least 4 accountants right here in my little area right around here in my neighborhood, like right around each other. We're all right here. And then my neighbor right next door, he's actually a pilot, but for the most part, all the people I really know over here are accountants, right? And that's just randomly, hey, what do you do? I'm an accountant. What? That's crazy. Me too. Oh, my wife is too. Like, what? Your wife is yeah. So like his wife is an accountant. So it's crazy. Like, so anyway, the point is, choose accounting, man. It's great. Let me tell you about something. So I wanted the trees cut down in my backyard, right? I had got my HOA to approve me pushing my yard back to my property line. There's some trees back there or whatever. So I got a guy to come out and give me an estimate on how much it was gonna cost. And he said $1,800. And I was like, whoa. So let me just see how hard it would be if I cut the trees down. So I went to Lowe's or Home Depot, one of the two, bought an electric saw and $75, went back there, cut all the trees down myself. I reached out to one of my friends. He sent me his yard guy to like remove the trees. He's gonna take them to the landfill or something. Guy charged me $150, $50 for him, $50 for somebody else, and the $50-some to cover the landfill or whatever. So I really ended up just giving them $160. But this is what it looked like. Hold on. So yeah, they're cleaning up the yard. So yeah, pushed it all the way back. This is valuable real estate right here that I wasn't gonna be able to use unless I got this area pushed back. Plan on putting a basketball court or something like that for my little boy back here. You know? Yeah, probably a gazebo or something over there. I'm gonna fence it in. But yeah. So went from 1800, you know, to less than 350 to get everything done. Sometimes you just gotta do some things yourself, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, here's the chainsaw I used right here. If I can find it, I'll put the link in the description. Electric chainsaw, you know what I mean? Just some extension cords and cut it all the way out there with just that one chainsaw. No gas, you know, it took me 1 day to do. Got it done. Yeah, man. Close your eyes.